Okay, the theme song. That's what I wanted to comment on last time and forgot about and was trying to come up with at the end, but I couldn't, so I had to just cut away. But okay, the theme song and the closing song of One Punch Man are two things that deserve commentary because they are very, very well done. Like the intro portion, I forget what it's called. I want to be a hero or something like that. But it well, it's probably one of the hardest rocking anime intros I've ever seen. Like, rocks harder than Rock the Dragon, than pretty much anything that's going to come to mind off the top of my head. And there's a lot of variety to it, too. It's not actually that repetitious. There's different sections of it, and it builds, it then, like, yeah, steps back and builds itself up again, and, like, but by the final note, it's reaching the point where the guy's, like, just practically yelling this battle cry that, yeah, matched with the animation they use that's very, very epic, just fits totally. I mean, you would think that One Punch Man is the hardest rockin' action show you're gonna see in the 2010s just from the intro, but okay, it's not. There's comedy to it too, and in the second episode, just like I remembered, it starts off full force, like that with the comedy and the anime intensity. Like there's these news reports going around about just this mysterious swarm of mosquitoes, and the news has brought in a guy, the leading expert on mosquitoes, who's written several books on the subject. I don't even know how you do that. And when he says that this is a new swarm, so he obviously can't comment on it, the news anchor voices everyone's thoughts that, what the heck are you good for then? I mean, how interesting. So, yeah. But some of the stuff they say that, attention that we don't understand quite what these are, mixed with like the ominous shots of what we're told are mosquitoes. Just leisurely swarming through the town, and being told it's a threat level demon, which we learn more about what that means later. But okay, that's actually pretty intimidating. So, and then cut to Saitama, who I forget what he says something about it, like he's not too concerned, and then exactly one mosquito finds him, and he, in his, Saitama surprisingly powerful way, swats it on his arm, huge explosion, lifts it up, it's still there, like, what everybody's gone through trying to swat bugs, just like, it seems like you hit it dead on, and somehow it's still there, and then he starts, like, doing just anime style, like, disappear attack all over the place, and obviously he didn't get it because he keeps doing it, and they just zoom out on that and let that speak for itself. And that's hilarious. And that's the thing about this show, though, like, it's satirical, it's not a farce, like, it's not Scary Movie, it's Cabin in the Woods, which I think really, really helps its appeal, because all the best satires, the thing about them is the closer they know that the closer they are to whatever it is they're making fun of, the more they're able to capture the effect of whatever that is that they're making fun of, the funnier it is, the more it feels like a genuine punch when they undercut it with some humor like that. So, okay. And right out of the gate, they hit their stride perfectly with that in this episode. And then we cut to that Cyborg, who was in the end credits scene, or I guess the beginning credits scene of the last episode. He's Genos, that's his name. He's the first thing I gotta say about it, like, I saw in forums that, okay, the voice actor for him, in the English version, he has even more backlash than Saitama. Like, some people didn't like Saitama's voice, some people said it fit Genos. That was the, leading example for everyone citing the English dub messing it up. I actually think he's not a bad fit. Like, this is not a bad match for what you'd expect from Genos. It sounds like a boy, not a little boy, like a late-age teenager. It sounds like someone who takes himself really seriously. He is able to not sound like a drama queen. He is able to not sound like he's trying too hard to be robotic. So, okay, I don't think the voice is a bad match. I do have a problem with the way they wrote his lines. Like, Genos, I mean, he is very often emotionless, except for those moments where you realize that he does have a heart, but I mean, and he is still just kind of a kid, after all, but yeah, he sounds robotic a lot, or what he says is robotic, but the way they wrote it in the English dub, especially when he first shows up, it doesn't sound robotic, it just sounds explanatory, and there's not really much the voice actor can do about that. I mean, I guess you could try to mix up the delivery, see if you can work with it in some way, but it just goes on, and not, granted, there's a part where they do that to make fun of speeches that go on, but at the beginning they don't. It just sounds like he's explaining what he's doing, and it doesn't sound robotic, it just sounds explanatory. But the voice itself, I actually don't mind. And, okay, he shows up here, though, and we see he comes across what's really up here with this mysterious mosquito swarm. They're led by the Mosquito Girl, a very strange insect who, like yeah, almost every female monster in anime has to be drawn like, she could be a model if she weren't some, strange animal-human hybrid. So, okay, but they face off and have a very good fight, actually. Like, so I think some people were concerned early on, okay, One Punch Man, how much mileage can you get out of the joke being that he beats everything in one punch? How much fun can you really have with that? One, a lot more than you'd expect. Two, the one way they keep it fun is that Saitama is not the only one who has battles that matter. Like, he can't be everywhere at once, and there's monsters everywhere here. And Genos, who, yeah, this isn't really a spoiler, is going to become one of our main protagonists. He has a lot of different fights that matter, and actually, he's sort of made fun of as the Krillin or the Yamcha of this show, and partly because the show does treat him that way sometimes, the guy who needs to be rescued, but he's really not. Even though Krillin or Yamcha could probably beat him, because Dragon Ball Z guys were blowing up the moon even before those two hit their peak and stopped being relevant, but still, they established still that he is a very powerful guy, and that's, like, this fight with Mosquito Girl, this is one of the ways it shows. Like, it is an excellent fight. You have great animation, great timing to how they, the moves they use, how they're trying to get the best of each other, a lot of venom in the fight, and by venom I mean their attitude towards one another. Like, she flies by, rips his robot arm clean off, and then starts smiling about how she's gonna rip off a leg next, and then he just keeps looking at her, and she looks down and realizes that he's ripped off both of her legs. So, yeah, and then meanwhile Saitama is running up chasing the bug with his same mosquito with a single can of insect spray, and that's how he ends up inserted into this when the Mosquito Girl, and he manages to undercut the tension of this scene too, when, yeah, Mosquito Girl sucks in all the blood from all her mosquitoes, reaches this insane power level that surprises even Genos, who was, yeah, just systematically breaking her down until Saitama comes in and distracts him, and, yeah, she starts tearing him apart, she's about to kill him, he's like, I will have to self-destruct, I have no chance of winning. Forgive me, Doctor, alluding to the guy that turned him into a cyborg, when Saitama suddenly just slaps her in the face and splatters her all over the wall, and says his, yeah, zinger, bugs suck. And so, but yeah, but now how Genos ends up becoming one of our main protagonists, now he wants Saitama as his mentor, which Saitama would like nothing less, especially since Genos insists on giving him his backstory, like, I said I don't want to hear that, right? But then, the Doctor had to rebuild me after that lone cyborg left my family dead, and me at the end of my strength having miraculously survived, and yeah, and actually, that scene, they really hammer in, like, how much is going on to the point where even, yeah, I'm watching it like, come on here, and then, yeah, but then when they cut to Saitama having the exact same reaction, like, his, like, twitching almost, like, that's a laugh out loud moment. So, okay, all this, great action, tense scene, all culminating in Saitama slapping the Mosquito Queen across the face and splattering her all over a wall that way. And now the rest of the episode is showing us how that ties it, how the Mosquito Girl, I said Mosquito Queen, Mosquito Girl ties into something bigger, the House of Evolution, where she came from, and when they realize that she's been killed, they decide to send some of their best guys to go find out who did this, who is responsible to study him, and, okay, it seems like we're kicking off a whole arc here, which we technically are, but yeah, the way, where, when, and how this culminates is another, yeah, bit of brilliance from One Punch Man, so, okay, but, yeah, that doesn't happen in this episode, obviously, so, okay, this is just about how they send the second and third strongest, monsters they have, along with a few backups, and, yeah, attacks Saitama's house, and which mainly makes him mad for the fact that they broke his roof, while Genos is having this epic fight with Armored Gorilla. Saitama is facing off against the guy who's supposed to be even stronger than him, and all the helpers, and talking about, oh, wait a minute, you got dirt down the front of the special spot in my pants, whatever he said. It's like, and the other monster's like totally willing to roll with him, and then like, okay, you ready? And just one more second, like, okay, and take it. And this is another way. This is one of many ways they keep the whole Saitama curb stomps everyone thing fun. They play it like a straight up battle with this monster, like taking all these slashes at him, just still like loving how strong his attacks are, and Saitama animated as though he's rolling with the punches, like he's in a fight, but instead of like an intense fight, it's just like this guy's not even in his league. He's just leaning to the side with that focused expression on his face, and everything is missing him. And there's something kind of exhilarating to that, like always trying to wring all this tension out of it when you have to draw out these battles, and now instead where you know what's gonna happen, and you're supposed to just revel in what's gonna happen, like Saitama just clearly untouchable to this guy. That is kind of fun in its own way. And then for his finishing moves, Saitama doesn't name a lot of his moves, but we get to see the first one with the name, Consecutive Normal Punches, aka the Jab, I guess. But causes him to explode by hitting him multiple times with consecutive normal punches. And the last truly scary moment of this episode, one of the little helpers animals, a mole, tries to get away, burrow under the earth, flee back to the base, and suddenly, like, you just see the dirt in front of him, suddenly Saitama's head pops through it, like, found you! Which, okay, so, and I'd probably be scared too if I were that mole, but, close, so... Then, meanwhile, Genos has defeated Armored Gorilla, so they interrogate him as he's laughing all cocky-like about how the Beast King, the guy Saitama was fighting, is going to take them both down. Saitama comes by with his eyeball, Beast King's eyeball, you mean this guy? And so, another hilarious moment. Armored Gorilla stops pretending to be a robot. It's like, okay, please don't kill me. Wait, what happened to your robot voice? I'm sorry, I was just trying to sound cool. Okay, so... this is a lot of fun here, and great build-up, too, here. They really make you feel like something bigger is coming with this House of Evolution, because, I mean, like I said, the show, it does still care about giving you a genuine anime thrill with satire, that's really why this is, like, One Punch Man is such a thrill. It just works so well on both fronts. Alright. Throw right here, great build up to the next one, which I already want to start watching. Again, the English dub continues to be, I guess, a little less funny than the subbed version, and actually not, I mean, Saitama's not, I'm not losing sleep too much over Saitama, but part of it is, like, the effect of, undercutting serious stuff, and I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm so used to the way English actors deliver their lines on this, but it's like trying to, like, when they are forced to stop acting seriously, it almost sounds like Hammy, like, okay, and like, I don't know, but, but still, that also is not that big a loss, so, all in all, still having a lot of fun with it. I didn't comment on the closing, song, but I said I would mention that too, where, like, it's the total opposite of the intro. It's very relaxed, calm, sedate, which is not uncommon, but here I really, really like how it works. Like, don't ask me why I was watching this recently, but in Dot Hack Sign, which got caught up on recently, that also has an intro that's a powerhouse in its own way, and an ending theme song that's very sedate, but that one just comes across as so dreary, which granted sometimes fits Dot Hack Sign, so I mean sometimes I was more in the mood for it than others, but that's not nearly as fun. Here, there's like, it genuinely is kind of relaxing. It's just this kind of slow song sung in a very sweet sort of way, just about, I think it's actually about heading home at the end of the day, and that's what it comes across as, just like this shots of empty subways and like a light rain and these really saturated colors and a cat walking up to this apartment ledge and just sitting on it calmly, and I mean, it's, yeah, that's kind of nice. I kind of feel like heading home and putting my feet up now. But all right, so all in all, yeah, One Punch Man hit episode 2 hits it out of the park, and yeah, the songs. I mean, even if you have no intention of checking out the show, check out the songs. They are worth it. So, all right, yeah, probably gonna go watch the 3rd episode right now. Hope you're having a good day. I'll talk to you later.